Merry Christmas, everybody. It's Htown Wheelhouse. And if you're listening to this on the 26th, I hope that you had a great, a safe, a happy holiday season. I know it is Christmas. It is the beginning of Hanukkah, and we are celebrating all around this great globe. So thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get started right now.
Buenos días. This is Logan Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett Htown Wheelhouse Chansey.
Hey, everybody, and welcome into this Christmas edition of Locked On Astros. Or if you're listening on the 26th, a belated Christmas edition of Locked On Astros. Merry Christmas to you, AJ, Susan, Malik, Supreme Panda, and everybody who is a regular listener. Even if you're not, thank y'all for tuning in. We have a lot of new subscribers and followers this month, and so we thank y'all so much for joining us and becoming a part of the Locked On Astros family. Look, this community has grown a ton. We have nearly 13,000 subscribers, and I really want to try really hard to get to that total by 2025. I know we only have 6 days to do it, but I think it's possible. And this episode is brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL playoffs are almost here, but it's not too late to get in on regular season action with FanDuel, because right now new customers can finish the season strong, unlike the Texans today, with $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Visit FanDuel.com to get started today. Well, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for stopping by. I absolutely love the fact that y'all are here. At the end of the show, I've got a wheel of names that I'm going to spin the wheel, and I'm going to take a screenshot of it before we exit the show, and I'm going to show you who won to give away the Christian Walker plaid Topps holiday card that I'm giving away for free. I'll mail it to you, spare no expense. AJ asked me, hey guys, when are you going to do another event where you and Eric go to a game with a bunch of fans this year? Well, we will do that for baseball. I talked about going to a Rockets game. I haven't put that together. I don't know that the Rockets game is going to happen this year, but the Astros game definitely will. There should be more than one event. I'm going to do my due diligence and planning ahead and getting stuff like that on the calendar. So look, let's talk about Christian Walker's introduction as a Houston Astro. Any good news of more Astros signing? No, look, but I do want to go over a couple things. I do want to go over some of the details from Christian Walker's contract. I think some things that he said in the press conference were key, were what you want Christian Walker to say when he comes over to Houston. And so we're going to talk about that. You know, we all know that he signed a 3-year, $60 million deal. And this is what will happen with this contract, okay? He can block a trade to 6 teams that he's chosen. There are performance bonuses for the following, and I'll give you the monetary numbers here in a second. This was reported by Ari Alexander of Channel 2 News. MVP finish 1 through 5, World Series MVP, I see what they did there, LCS MVP, All-Star, Gold Glove, and Silver Slugger. Now, if you're listening, you can't see this. I'm going to state what they all are. If he wins the MVP, $200,000 bonus. Second place MVP, $175K. Third place, $150. Fourth place, $125. Fifth place, $100,000. That's not bad. If he wins World Series MVP, $100,000. League Championship Series MVP, $75,000. All-Star nomination, $75,000. Gold Glove, $75,000. Silver Slugger, $75,000. So can we put to rest the conversation that some of y'all have been having with us on this show where you say, well, what if he's just another Jose Abreu? Was there anything that we gave him a guarantee in Jose Abreu performance bonus wise? What are we looking at? You were looking at a tweet from Ari Alexander that I just posted, and you should have seen it because it was on the screen. It was the bonuses that Christian Walker will get if he achieves certain accomplishments, Silver Slugger, All-Star Game. It's, so on and so forth. Merry Christmas, Nicholas. So this is a really cool thing. So Christian Walker said on reasons for joining the Astros. Expressed enthusiasm about joining a competitive team with a strong winning culture. He highlighted the organization's commitment or its competitive team. The organization's commitment to excellence and player development. Okay. So there you go. I like that. His expectations and contributions. He aims to provide power and consistency in the middle of the lineup. He looks forward to working with the coaching staff and contributing to the clubhouse environment. He also talked about that he's going to get to learn from a future Hall of Famer in Jose Altuve. He mentioned that. So that's pretty cool. He mentioned positive interactions he had with players prior to signing. So he had reached out to players. He acknowledged the team's recent successes and expressed an eagerness to be a part of future achievements. Hey there, Christy. How you doing? And Jay Robert, thank y'all for tuning in. Oh, Ollie, I do believe he's going to be an all-star. And I believe he could be a Silver Slugger. And I believe he could be a Gold Glove. Why? Because he won 3 in a row. We'll talk about our options here in a second when it comes to outfield and relief pitcher options, because I've got names. I want to go over specific names. But Christian Walker comes in. He was on a National League Championship Series team, winning team that played the Rangers, that fell flat against the Rangers. So he has tasted winning. When he initially responded to questions about why he joined the Astros in the championship culture, I noticed some comments on social media. Hey, Merry Christmas, Jose. From the Arizona side, where people were saying, well, he kind of makes it sound like we didn't win anything in Arizona. That's not what he was saying. What he was saying was he looks at Houston's success over a 7 to 8 year period, and he says, I want to be a part of that. And that's what you want. This guy, 30-plus home runs. I've outlined it before. 7th best in home run production in Daikin Park. Okay, there you go. Someone asked me to correct that. And 9th worst in home run production in Arizona, where he used to play. So I like this move. This was a move. Remember, the Yankees were in on Christian Walker. Okay, they were circling the wagons. Now, since we're talking about Christian Walker and we're talking about signing all these people, let me tell you why, before we go to our break in our next segment, why Alex Bregman will not be coming back to the Houston Astros. And this is a quote from Scott Boras to The Athletic last Monday. Over time, teams learn if you're running from leadership and talent, you're running from the ultimate goal. That's what Scott Boras told The Athletic. So basically what Scott Boras is saying is, I see the writing on the wall. The Astros are running from leadership. They're running from talent. They're trying to save money. They're not concerned with championships or titles. They're moving on. They're moving on. And, well, you know what, Boras? I think we called your bluff, sir. Emilio, Feliz Navidad. Emilio puts Feliz Navidad there. Thank you, sir, for the holiday greeting. I appreciate it. But I'm sorry, Scott Boras. We beat you at your game, sir. We held the cards at the table. We did not fold. We did not buckle under pressure. We got Christian Walker and we got Isaac Paredes. Let's hear about Rocket Money, and we'll get back to our second segment. If I want you to know whether I believe Dana Claus has delivered. If you're ready to start your financial life and launch it into the stratosphere, stop paying for subscriptions that you have two of. That's right. That's what I did. I've got all these subscriptions that I have that I didn't realize I was paying double on some, and Rocket Money took out all that stuff. It's a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings, so you can grow your financial freedom. That's right. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members of up to $740 a year using the app's premium features. For me, the best feature is the subscription tracker. You can cancel unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/lockedon today. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon today. Get Rocket Money now. That's right. Thank y'all for tuning in to Locked On Astros. We are your team every single day. I just want y'all to know I'm so appreciative of y'all. This has been a great year. Look, I haven't had a chance to really talk to y'all about this, and we'll talk about this more as time goes on, as we get closer to the end of the year. But I can honestly tell you this, that we have eclipsed 1.5 million downloads this year for a second year in a row. Now, 3 years ago, we hit 1.3 million as our first 1 million download year. And why do I say that? I don't say that just to brag about numbers. I don't brag about numbers just to brag about them. I brag about numbers because it means that you, the listener, value our show. You trust us. You keep coming back for more, and we're growing. We got to see growth. And look, our most downloaded year was 2022, but since then we've eclipsed both of those years. And if we finish strong this year, these next 6 days, and we get enough listens and you share our show with everybody, we can break last year's total. And this year was our earliest exit in the playoffs since we've been doing this show. So that's a testament to you all. That's a testament to our listeners and our viewers. Thank you so much. We value you guys and we love you guys so much. So let's talk about this, okay? Dana Claus, as I'm calling him. And I had to change the word. When I spell Santa Claus, I know there's no E in there, but for some reason I put an E every time I spell the word Claus. And I hope I'm not the only person that does that, but I went back and I changed it. So if you originally saw it, that was my typo. Any typos you can put on me. Eric's really good with the English stuff. I'm more of like type and let's just go. So here's the deal. The Houston Astros, I think, have done a good job filling the holes that they had, but they still have holes to fill. All right. Immediately the conversation goes to, okay, if they're going to fill more holes, what do they have left? How much room do they have? And can they spend right at a certain amount and not go over a tax threshold? Because their projected total allocations are $223,678,333. That's their total. So the projected payroll, though, is $225 million. Okay. Now, if we are looking at competitive balance tax thresholds, okay, for baseball, okay, if we're looking at the different tiers for the different, like what taxes are levied at certain levels, I know this next year is, I believe it is 247 million, I think is that first threshold. Okay. And you have got to be at that point or more. So we have about 14 to 15 million right now that we can spend. how do you expand what you have in the pool? You've got to get rid of money. You've got to offload money. The only way you offload money is Ryan Presley. Yeah, contract structure is the key for a good outfielder. That's right. And we're going to talk about that, Johnny, here in a second. We're going to talk about the outfielders, relief pitchers. I believe Dana has delivered. I believe that Dana has done a good job. Could he have done better? I don't know. With the cap room that we have and don't have, I think he's maximized. Think about this. He got 3 players for Kyle Tucker, a major league ready pitcher who can both pitch and relieve. He got a guy, Cam Smith, who should be a legitimate major leaguer within 1 to 2 years. And then he got Isaac Paredes, who is a poolside hitter, a good third baseman, can also play first, can also DH, and can hit tanks. So that right there, those three guys that you got for Kyle Tucker, I think is a good deal. Because Kyle Tucker, believe it or not, Kyle Tucker is not going to be in Chicago for more than a year. The Cubs do not intend on paying him, so they basically got a rental. Yes, and I'll talk about these different people here and there. Actually, Eric is under the weather. I reached out to Eric today. He is not feeling well. He is sick. So if you guys would pray for him, I tried to get him to come on the show tonight. His fiance and family would have let him join the show tonight. Was he well enough to do it? But he did not. He is under the weather. So please keep Eric in your prayers. All right, so let's look at this before we go into another segment. I'm going to go back over some of these names, and these are names that you've heard before, but this is where I think we need to go as far as left field candidates. Before I do, Dana Claus has expressed that DeCenzo will be a candidate for left field come spring training. Hey, I'm just the messenger. Don't get mad at me. It's what he said, not what I say. But he did say that DeCenzo will have a shot to make his left field debut to become the starting left fielder when we get to spring training. Again, I didn't say that. Dana Brown said that. So that's one option. That's the easiest option for the air. Okay. So look, Chris says, I don't hate it. Look, I don't hate it either, Chris, but I also know that we lack in the outfield. All right. So again, some of these names, actually all these names are probably familiar to you. Jurickson Profar, 32, 2.7 WAR. Okay. Versatile switch hitter, solid 2024. Mark Canha, 36, 2.7 WAR. Versatility, patient approach to the plate, age is probably a factor. We don't want a 36-year-old outfielder. Austin Hayes, 29, 2.7 WAR. Provides a balanced offensive and defensive skill set, potential for a rebound season, and this could be the place to do it. Alex Verdugo, 29, 2.0 WAR. Left-handed hitter with contact skills. Defensive metrics are average at best. Tommy Pham, firebrand, veteran presence, postseason experience, declining speed and defense. I wouldn't go with him. Jesse Winker, strong on-base skills, defensive limitations, and injury history concerns at a 0.5 WAR. Then you have Adam Duvall and David Peralta. Adam Duvall, power hitter, defensive versatility, high strikeout rate, age is a factor, 36. David Peralta, 37, consistent left-handed bat, age, and declining defensive range may be issues. That's where you're going. Joey Gallo, no, strikes out too much. Joey Gallo, I'm sorry. Joey Gallo can go back to the Rangers for all I care. I'm actually locked on Rangers. Bryce loves that guy. Let him go back and be a Ranger. I do not care at this time. Jay, he either hits homers or strikes out. Yeah. Jay said, see, if I would have paid attention to who said Joey Gallo, then right. Now, the only thing about Profar is, guys, he is on the high end of the mid-range guys. He wants a 2 to 3 year contract. Notice I didn't mention Teoscar Hernandez or one Anthony Santander. Okay. I hope I said that right. So those two guys have qualifying offers attached to them. We're not going after them. They want too much money. So those are your left field options or Descenso. Now, in our next segment, we're going to talk about relief pitching options that are out there realistic. And as we wrap up, I'm going to go and I'm going to spin the wheel and we're going to see who wins the Christian Walker holiday card after we hear about our friends from FanDuel. The NFL playoffs are among us, and the regular season is nearing a close, but it doesn't mean it's too late for you to get involved with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now, new customers can finish the season strong with $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's right, $250 in bonus bets. FanDuel has so many ways for you to pick up the W. I love betting on which players will score a touchdown, how many points each team will score. It's thrilling. It's great because they're in the app. They have everything you need. You don't have to go to multiple websites. You just get a hunch during the game, and you can bet on which players will score a touchdown, how many points each team will score, and so much more. Just visit FanDuel.com and join today. That's FanDuel.com for your chance at $250 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. All right, thank y'all for tuning in once again. I'm Htown Wheelhouse. Thank y'all for making us your first listen every single day. And hey, I can't emphasize it enough, because the more people we have subscribing to our channel, the more reach, the farther we reach. And I love looking at our data. I try not to look at it daily because it drives me nuts, but I look at it at least on a weekly basis. And the amount of people that listen to us from literally South America, Central America, Mexico, the Caribbean, all the Latin American countries, Canada. We've got Ukrainian listeners. We've got people from Japan. We have people from all over the globe, Australia, New Zealand, and it's great to see. But right now we're at 12,811 subscribers. I would love to get to 13,000 by January 1st, 2025. I think y'all can make it happen. I really, really do. I really think y'all can make it happen. So let's do that. Let's help us get there. That's right. We got Garrett from Texas. We got everybody. Whether you're from north, south, central, east, west Texas, it doesn't matter. We love every single one of y'all. Hey, I said it right. I'm trying to get the name right, Jose. Jose's been DMing me about Mr. Anthony Santander. I just said it. See, I didn't say R. I said air. So I'm trying, okay? Jose, go look at my Instagram, and I put a little short clip of Pee Wee Herman trying to say Feliz Navidad from Pee Wee's from the Saturday morning show, I think it was called Pee Wee's Playhouse. And he was trying to speak Spanish. And just go watch my story on Instagram. That's how I feel when my students at school try to teach me Spanish. It's brutal, okay? Santander. There you go. Let's move on from that, okay? Let's talk about pitchers, because I don't think anyone wants to drive into work listening to Htown Wheelhouse mispronunciate names. And believe it or not, I'm actually working right now on learning to speak Spanish. And when I actually speak the language, it's not half bad. So here are your relief pitchers. I just compiled several names and gave a little bit of info on each one. Tanner Scott, hard-throwing lefty with a high strikeout rate. Control issues have been a concern. Clay Holmes, I don't know if he's still available. Ground ball specialist with late inning experience, has dealt with injuries and setbacks. Jeff Hoffman posted a 2.17 ERA in 2024, offers versatility as a multi-inning reliever. That would be huge. Carlos Estevez recorded 26 saves with a 2.45 ERA, power pitcher with closing experience. Kenley Jansen, not a big fan of his. I'm not going to go on with that. Jose Leclerc, okay? Jose Leclerc, a dynamic fastball changeup combination, inconsistent performance in recent seasons. Is that a guy that we could fix? Did Kirby Yates resign? Did Kirby Yates resign with the with the Rangers? I don't think he has. Former All-Star closer attempting to rebound from injuries, and that have given him limited availability, right? Danny Colome, who I'm not real big on. There are so many other names out there. The relief pitching core, ladies and gentlemen, is huge. And the men that are out there for us to be able to go after, I think the sky's the limit. Some of y'all are mentioning, go ahead and bring back Matan. Go ahead and bring back Stanek. I would be opposed to that. I'm a big fan of Stanek. Still talk to him to this day. He and his family are doing great. But there are a lot of pitchers out there. The only thing that makes me nervous is there's a lot of pitchers out there, and I didn't realize guys like Adam Ottavino is 39 years old. The guy looks like he's 25 years old. It's insane. But you've got, let's get to pitchers that are no more than 34 years old, okay? You have Paul Sewald. I love that name. Andrew Chafin. Matt Barnes. You got Kendall Graveman. That's a name that kind of not really. Again, Stanek. You got Kyle Finnegan out there. I think Finnegan's good. Yarbrough, I thought Yarbrough signed with somebody. Maybe he hasn't. Jeff Hoffman, again, Carlos Estevez. You got Barlow out there. AJ Minter. Go get me AJ Minter, please. Get me AJ Minter. No, not Caleb Ferguson. Bro, we just tried that. No, not Hector Neris. We're not bringing Hector Neris back again. It's just not going to happen. The bottom line is they have not really talked about who they're looking at in the free agent market as far as relief pitchers, but there are a ton of them. And I don't know if you know this, pitchers and catchers report 2 or 3 weeks before batters do. So if they're going to get somebody, they need to get somebody between now and New Year's Day, between now and mid-January. I'm thinking the shoe's going to drop on 1 or 2 of these relief pitchers. You can bring them in, not very much, bring them in on a 1-year deal, kind of not a prove-it deal, but Tanner Scott, someone like that's probably going to garner a 4 or 5-year deal, be a little bit more on the pricey side, but who knows? Because the Astros know you cannot go into this season with the current bullpen that you have this year. You just can't. I mean, you have good arms in the bullpen, but you cannot go in there with who you have. You've got to fortify this bullpen, okay? Your relief pitching core, Hader, Abreu, Presley. Okay, Presley's probably going to be here. Taylor Scott, good. Sean Dubin, yes, I like. Okay. Forrest Whitley, I want him to be successful. I need Forrest Whitley to be successful. I need Whitley to be a 1-inning specialist. Caleb Orton, Brian King, I'm not putting all my eggs in those baskets. This is what y'all need to look for in the Astros system. Okay. Van Way, Logan Van Way. Remember that name. Logan Van Way is a name that you're going to be excited about once this kid gets up. Okay. Logan Van Way will get up here. Some of the other pitchers that are coming up, maybe they play more of a relief role than a starting role. Okay. So you can have that come in. But Logan Van Way, I think, is going to turn some heads. I think he's going to have, if any relief pitcher, if any young pitcher were to come up from Sugarland and make an immediate impact in the relief department, it's going to be Logan Van Way. Lance McCullers Jr., yes. Look, all the criticism I've given him, I know this for a fact. He wants to be out there pitching. I know he doesn't like being on the sidelines. He wants to be out there pitching. But that is who I would say, look, go look at these pitchers. Go give me AJ Minter. Promise me that Logan Van Way will make it up, and then we'll go from there. Now, okay, so I am going to spin this wheel, okay? You guys will not be able to see it. I do apologize for that. I couldn't figure out how to get up to a double screen and show y'all. I don't have the picture-in-picture feature, and I need to talk to Locked On about that, see if we can get that going. But these are the names that I have going, and if you're not in there, it's just because you didn't enter. Tindo plays, Mario De La Rosa, Ben does stuff, Michael Ryan, Ismael Munoz, Gregorio Martinez, Dylan H., Peter Galvez, Michael B., Yosvani Gonzalez, Nicholas Moss, Curtis Weinch, Marcos Correa, Sport Highlight Hut, Maurice, Reynold Garza, Lynn Moore, Matt Vaughn, Astros Reefer. Again, I can only imagine. Liam McGinley and Wes Roberts. I'm spinning this for the Christian Walker holiday card, and it is Michael B. Michael B is the winner. I took a screenshot of that. I will post it on our page. So Michael B, you have won. You have won the Christian Walker Topps Holiday Edition card, plaid card. All I need from Michael B is I need an address. I need you to DM me on social media, on Instagram, on wherever. Send me your address. I'll send you that card. This card right here. I'll be doing some more giveaways. I've got several cards in the making that I'm going to do that. Make Brett the closer. Look, AJ, y'all got to quit putting us as players and GMs because we are not them. We are not they. I'm just a measly teacher with a lot of opinions about the team that I love to cover. You guys have been great. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. 156 of y'all. Are you kidding me? Amazing. Help this station get to 13,000. We need y'all in a major way to help us get this, but with y'all together, we can achieve achievable. That's right. The unthinkable, but it's never impossible. It's never out of reach because in 2025, we're going for another World Series. For myself and everybody here at Htown Astros, I'm Htown Wheelhouse. Eric Van Heisman couldn't be here. He sends us well wishes, but y'all make sure you share this, like this, subscribe. No matter what is going on, know that Htown Astros has your back for your team every single day. Go Astros. Wrap. That is awesome.